Right.
Did you say ginger beer was spicy?
Oh, not spicy beer. And then like it does that thing, right? I have very spicy food normally, but you know what I mean. Anyway, that's not what this podcast is about. Jared, over to
ladies
you.
and gentlemen, we're back. Your favorite weekly live show, Eastern Conference Roundup, back here with another episode. A little bit earlier than expected, but Tyler is currently in the UK. Speaking of Tyler, we have him here across the pond.
Yeah.
Short travel away. Tyler, how's the UK treating you?
It's good, thank you. It's hot. They don't know what air conditioning is, but I think you guys already know that. So yeah, just doors are open. I'm trying to live outside. I'm basically living outside. I was watching Wimbledon outside. I went to Wimbledon the other day, but I've just been watching the final outside in the garden, just TV outside, just trying to make the most of the breeze and live in nature. But it's good, thank you.
There we go. Yeah, Nashville fan over there as Tyler. We go down to Matt. Matt, how are we doing? Clem's crew.
I'm good. I'm ready for MLS to be back. I mean, obviously, there's still technically 4 games left in the World Cup, but I'm ready.
Thursday. Starting back up Thursday, and then can't forget about Garrett, Five Stripes, Carolina, Atlanta United supporter. Garrett, how are we doing?
Doing all right, surprisingly, after the last couple of weeks, but yeah, I'm not as cheery about the MLS being back as Matt, but you know, bring it on. I don't at this point, just bring it on.
Oh, I'm MLS is back. MLS is starting back up this week, Thursday. Fire are playing Thursday. We are facing the Vancouver Whitecaps. Very excited. Before we get into MLS talk, we will kind of, I guess, starting to wrap up World Cup talk. Big news came out of the South African national team. One of their players, Jayden Adams, passed away. Was very sad. He is also a Sundown player in the South African, I think it's called Premier League, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But well-known player in that league. Very sad he passed away, especially with I believe his grandmother passed away a couple weeks ago. So thoughts and prayers out to anyone affected by that. On a better note, MLS is back. We will be getting into news for all of our teams and some news around the league. We'll start off with a big name possibly coming to the MLS. Mo Salah linked to SKC out of all teams. How are we feeling about that? Out of all teams.
Yeah.
Matt, we'll start with you.
I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's going to probably go to Saudi instead. Yeah. Is what I would guess. But it is really weird that it's Kansas City of all MLS clubs that could be getting him. I don't really get that one.
I don't get it either.
I know they have a ton of cap space in Kansas City right now. And that team is in need of some kind of like wake up call.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I would love to have Salah in the league. Salah's a quality player. Obviously, he's towards the end of his career. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm not expecting it, but I'd be welcome it, especially since he'd be going to the Western Conference, not the East.
Yeah. Tyler, Eric?
I got some stuff on. I mean, This isn't the first time that SKC has really gone after a big name. They did recently when kind of around the same time that we'll get to he should not be named in the East came to the league. They were actually also after Cristiano Ronaldo at one point. I don't know if you guys saw that. They were one of the front runners in the MLS to possibly get him before, of course, he went off to Saudi. But the interesting thing to me is that the leaked contract details that would happen if finalized, this would make Salah the second highest paid player in the league, basing off of the last numbers we got of the salary guide from the MLSPA. Again, we haven't seen anything from Lewandowski yet as far as what his numbers look like, but Mo Salah is rumored in between around the 18 to $20 million range as far as what his contract would be with SKC, which Saudi's going to match that. They're going to match that. They're also going to blow it out of the water. So I don't see that happening, but it would be an interesting shift in the way SKC is operating, because usually, like historically, they've been kind of like they're going to build up homegrown talent and do really well with that homegrown talent, or even like fringe international players. They've never been known to really go after any big name players in the past, outside of maybe Betty Feilhaber, but that's about it.
Yeah. I just don't see it happening. I just don't see Salah playing in MLS. It just doesn't line up to me. Just don't see it happening, and especially there, I just don't see it.
Yeah, you're kind of like you're making him debate whether or not to take a big paycheck or just live in an area that he may like. That's really what it's coming down to. It's Salah. Does he want to take a paycheck or does he want to take a comfortable lifestyle? And money can buy you a comfortable lifestyle with anything, but Kansas City is not a city that I would say like, hey, I want to go play ball there.
Yeah,
just like from a player standpoint, from like a lifestyle standpoint.
Yeah. Moving over to Charlotte, they just announced a big signing today. Allan Saint-Maximin.
Yep.
Maximin.
Yep.
Came from the French league, I believe. Lens. May have it wrong. Is it Lens?
No.
That's the last place he was at. Yep.
Yeah. Thoughts on that? I mean, it's obviously what's his face's replacement.
Zaha.
Zaha's, yeah.
That's his replacement. How are you feeling, Matt?
I haven't seen him play in a long time. Obviously he has been playing. He's been playing in places where I don't really watch. I mean, he played in France. He played in Mexico for a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
And before that, he was playing in Saudi Arabia. Last time I really watched him was when he was at Newcastle. And
yeah, he is very much a journeyman.
Yeah, I really liked him at Newcastle. I thought he was excellent. I thought he was fun to watch. Good on the ball. He can dribble the ball well. He's fast. He's still only 28, 29 years old.
Yep.
I think it's a good move.
It's a great move for Charlotte in that aspect. Because what you're really kind of missing out there is kind of a pacey winger, and that's one thing they've been missing even with Zaha. When Zaha's not in trouble, at least they've been really kind of missing that pace on the wing, which is something they've been desperate for quite a while. And he definitely brings them a boost, even with the fact being like, I mean, he's still fairly young, 29 years old. He's bounced around quite a bit throughout many leagues. But yeah, I hate saying it because they're a rival, but it's a great move for Charlotte, and I think it's going to work out in their favor.
Yeah, I agree. Tyler,
I think it's a little strange. Just that, so he went to Lawrence for 6 months, 10 appearances, got 3 goals, but also got picked up an ankle injury. I just don't think there's something not quite right about his trajectory. I think for me as a player to go to Mexico and then comes back for 6 months, plays in France, and then comes back out here. I think he has qualities, obviously, but I think it wasn't probably I think especially when he was in his early 20s, he definitely had this sort of world beater potential of being something that was much bigger. And he sort of bounced around in these different places. So I think he'll be a solid player. I think again he might be a little inconsistent with his injuries and his form and that sort of thing. But I mean, when he plays, he gets goals. So I mean, if keeping him fit, I think is the name of the game.
He hasn't played a full season since he left Newcastle, I don't think, at one club.
Exactly. Yep, exactly. So I mean, it's about that, isn't it? It's a probably quite direct replacement for Zaha as well.
We will transfer over to. I'll start with the Fire news. Not too much coming out of the Fire. Lewa is currently, I believe, in Chicago. I think he just landed not too long ago. We will be hearing from him on Tuesday, Media Day. We also switched over our roster model. We're now at 3 DP and 3 U22. That means Puso Ditijani got the boot off of the U22 initiative contract. If no one knows what that means, just look it up. It's way too hard to explain roster rules in MLS.
It's rough.
We would be doing an entire episode just on the rules of it.
It'll be a whole
even
season.
Then, it gets more complicated with transfers in. Which, speaking of which, I think we didn't talk about this at the beginning of the show. MLS transfer window is open today. It's the first official day. It's the first official day
today.
It's officially open. Yep. So that makes Bamba, Kuipers, and Lewandowski our 3 DPs, and then the 3 kids on the U22 is Jay Davila, Embo, obviously, and Victor Radojovic. Like I said, Ditijani got the boot off that list. Matt, we also had a closed door friendly ?
It wasn't closed door. It was. I can go in on this for an hour if I could. No, the Crew played Burnley yesterday.
No, I'm talking about Fire versus me and you.
Sorry? Oh no! Oh wait, what?
Yeah, I thought we had like a closed door friendly.
Columbus. Yeah. I don't even know what happened with that. There was nothing on it.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Wasn't promoted. Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. I thought you were talking about the friendly we did yesterday.
No. I'll get to that here in a minute. And also, Fire play in Miami on July 22nd. Any Fire fans in here, I would not anticipate on Messi and De Paul playing, especially if they go to the final. Final is on the 19th. I doubt they're going to rush to play the Chicago Fire on the 22nd. Over to Atlanta. Garrett, we got some news this week. What do we got?
Yeah, so I mean, we played it was a behind closed doors friendly, but it was broadcasted early last week, 9:30 in the morning. Big, we had a lot of people actually tuning in for this one. It was borderline sicko behavior. We had 700 people at one point at 9:30 tuning in for this friendly on YouTube. And yeah, I mean, despite the fact being that our new president of soccer is very anti-academy right now. I mean, this track record shows it when he was at Tigres. The kids scored. The kids showed up. Jay Fortune, Cooper Sanchez, and Cameron Dunbar from the twos with the 3 goals for Atlanta over SKC. So that probably might have been why Mo Salah is probably not going to entertain that option anymore because they lost to us. But outside of that, the 2 blunders of this match were Tristan Miyamba and, of course, our favorite goalkeeper that everyone loves here, Luka Hoyos. And the goal given up by Miyamba was a penalty inside the box. That tied the game up 1-1. Towards the end of the game, after the Cameron Dunbar goal, Hoyos got out of his box, way too far out of his box, and got chipped. And it was bad. It was really bad. Got chipped, not chipped, like it was a chip cross. So not only did he get beat off his line, crossed into the box, and just an easy tap in for the SKC team. Game ended 3-2, but that's the small news and what everyone was kind of looking forward to. But then, of course, we had some transfer news today. This one has been somewhat confirmed for about a month now because Junior Alonso played for Paraguay in the World Cup, played for Atletico Moreno in the Brazilian League last season. He all but basically told reporters in Brazil, I'm going to Atlanta United. So, like, full on for any Ted Lasso fans out there, remember when Zava announced he was going to Richmond? That's the kind of vibe that Junior Alonso was giving, but I don't think he's nearly that good. His market value is roughly around 1.7 million. We got him through the 2028-2029 season. He's coming in to kind of replace Barakal and at that center back position. Had a pretty solid World Cup. About 52% pass accuracy and about 31 forced turnovers during the FIFA World Cup. Not on the higher end of stats for Paraguay, but a lot of the stats are heavily inflated by the basis of the competition they played against in that one good game against Germany. But I'm optimistic. I'll see what he can do, but I'm not holding any stock into him right now. The fact being that we have bigger issues on hand. And also, speaking of that, going back to the friendly, Latte Lot on the wing in that friendly. We played all 3 DPs. We played 2 of the 3 DPs in this game. So Moranchuk and Latte Lot did play. Latte Lot did have a few contributions inside the box, few crosses, looked pretty solid. So that might be his new calling.
Things are looking up.
He did set up the Jay Fortune goal. So I'm not too upset about that.
All right. Things are looking up over in down there in Atlanta.
Oh, don't put that evil on me. Don't put that evil on me.
I had to find some way to use him, to be fair.
Yeah. Trust me. I'm dreading this next week. And then one more thing with that one. So going back to like the Charlotte transfer, it looks like that Saint-Maximin will not play in the next 2 matches for Charlotte. They've already confirmed that he will probably not be ready to play against us on July 22nd. I know they play one before then. So he will not feature for at least 2 weeks and probably be in around when they play against Red Bulls.
Okay. I just realized I had the wrong chat open. I had studio chat. Let me go to public chat, catch up on some comments here. Salah in MLS, but only SDFC. That goal was horrible, and we need to send Hoyos into the sun. Garrett, you agree?
Yes, I 100% agree. If the fact being these guys trained for roughly on 2 months leading up into this restart, and Hoyos is still making those mistakes, that solidifies my thought process in that Hibbert should be starting over Hoyos, and there's no reason or so that Hoyos should ever touch the field again.
All right, over to Columbus. Clue, Matt, what we got?
Nope. Nope.
Crew.
I don't.
Crew.
I almost made the trip down to that game, and I'm glad I didn't because, well, not even that. I'm glad I didn't. There's a lot of issues that I had with that game, and not even just. So we played. So for people who don't know, yesterday Columbus Crew played a friendly against Burnley from the championship, not even EPL anymore. They originally they announced the friendly. They said, "Hey, friendly's coming up." Days before, they're promoting it on social media and everything. And every time you look at the comment was, "Where can we watch it? Where can we watch it? Where can we watch it?" Never got a response. They put out a match preview, and at the very end it said, "If you can't come to the stadium, watch it on Paramount Plus." It was not on Paramount Plus. It almost looked like they took a preview from like the Open Cup or something and copy and pasted it in there. And then it got deleted later on. And so it wasn't on Paramount Plus. The only way you were able to watch it was you would have to get a VPN set to UK, go to Burnley's website, make an account on their website, and then you can watch it from there.
Wow.
And then when you do, on top of that, the camera was set really badly. There was no commentary on it. It was just bad. And on top of that, the ticket prices were like the cheapest ones I could find were like $35 to $40,
which is like typical league prices.
Yeah, for a friendly where none of your main players are really playing. The last half an hour was Crew 2 players. Like,
wow,
that game should be $20, if that.
Yeah. You tied 1-1, right?
We tied 1-1. We were up.
Gazdag goal.
Gazdag
right?
scored. Yeah, off a nice little Hugo Picard backheel pass. Burnley scored with 2 minutes left. Terrible goal to let go, but it's a friendly. Whatever.
It's kind of
in the road. Yeah.
It's kind of weird how you guys didn't have a legitimate broadcast for it, and we did for ours. Like you guys had to jump through so many hoops to go through a VPN and everything else, and ours was just strictly on YouTube. We even had our own radio broadcasters that were on this thing too during that whole thing, and the heat was terrible.
Yeah, the whole thing was just really badly put together. There was no like transparency with any of it. Like I wouldn't have even been upset if they're like, "Sorry, we don't have a stream for this."
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was just, I felt like it was very poorly done. I tried to do a live watch along on TikTok. I turned it off at halftime. I was like, this isn't worth it. And like the whole thing, I'm like, and it's really frustrating to me because a big reason I have this channel and the TikTok and all that kind of stuff is to bring in new fans, and that just killed that. It was a terrible way to try to bring in new people. And honestly, if anything, it turns people away. And on top of that, the row thing that you guys were just doing. The Nordeca is getting destroyed on social media right now from it.
As they should.
Yeah, they should. I agree with it, honestly.
As an MLS fan, I'm kind of embarrassed for that too.
No, it's at the level of fight and win. Like
I wouldn't go that far. I would not
because not even a small section of the fan base was actually doing it. The two people on the capo stand are doing it, and there's some people at the very front, and everyone else is just sitting around like, "What is this?" And that's not even my biggest issue with it. I know a lot of people said, "Hey, we're doing this. It's a friendly. This is a time to kind of try new stuff." There's still cameras. And you're still gonna get recorded, and it's still gonna get online, and it like And on top of that, people who don't, I see Shadina. Yeah.
Not gonna lie, y'all set the league back 10 years.
And
I had to make sure I clicked on that one straight away.
Well, on top of that, like people who don't know about the league, who are like, oh, I watched the World Cup, I want to come in and find out about my country's league. This is the first thing they see. They're not going to want to pay attention. And on top of that, unless they like rowing, no, but on top of that, it's a friendly that was badly promoted with very little people in it, and so that's another thing. New people will come in like, oh, are MLS games not attended, or do people not care? Like, it just creates bad optics that you have to build yourself out of, and
which is definitely not a good look on an original club from '96.
No, it's not.
It's a terrible look.
Yeah, and I have people who are friends that sit in Nordeca all the time. I have no issue. Nordeca does a number of things well. There's a number of things they can do better. That's definitely one of the ones you can do better. I don't know. It was frustrating. The whole thing, and it's not even just the row. The row thing is the watching the streams. It's the ticket prices. All of it together was just really frustrating for me.
The row
is $35 not good to watch relegated players from Burnley as all the top ones leave and go to other Premier League clubs? Is that not what you wanted to see for $35? Is that not worth it?
Like, I don't know. It's just, it felt like a money grab almost, and that
you don't say.
That section right there didn't help. And
it's a terrible look, because like some teams are doing really well with like promoting the stuff and everything, but like you're making me feel a lot better about Atlanta the way they promoted the SKC one, because I was like, they waited like 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks before it happened, like, oh yeah, by the way, we're playing a closed door friendly against SKC. We might be able to show most of it. We might not be able to because of the FIFA branding in the background, because they don't want to show anything that's not anything they're getting paid for. So that was another thing, because I think Egypt was actually training during this friendly right next to it, so they had to like situate the cameras and everything else. But I mean, I had a lot of people, same people that come into a lot of our live streams, Matt, that have told me they wish that we could do stuff like that. And I'm kind of fearful now. They probably saw the Columbus stuff and they're like, okay, maybe not.
Well, that's why I'm really frustrated with it too, because there's the Wiseman chant that we do before the games, I think is a great promotion for the league. There's multiple things that we do throughout the game that I think, okay, if this is shown, it's a good promotion. But that's not what right after a World Cup, that's not the first thing you want to be seen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Congratulations, Seattle. You have now lost your title as the most cringe in the MLS. Congratulations.
Yeah. Tyler, we finally have Nashville news. What do we got this week?
Yes. We have, is it from Mara Kamara? Potentially as a signing, but he's from the Norwegian League. We only sign players from Scandinavia. Seems to work. We must have one scout. He lives in Scandinavia. We just let him tell us what to do, and that's it. But it's worked out generally. But yeah, honestly, that he looks to be a defensive midfielder, box-to-box player, a bit of a Yazbek type figure, which is probably what we do need. We do need a profile like Yazbek. We don't have a replacement for him ever. But yeah, looking at 2 million potentially on him, and we don't have any under 22 spots. So Yazbek would probably have to get a new contract and shift out of that spot. I don't know if it's going to happen, but that's pretty much the only news. And it comes from basically one guy tweeting about it. But everyone in Nashville Twitter is talking about it. But that's it. Other than that, we are under the radar.
You got some people in the Atlanta United circle panicking over that move. So, but they're panicking in general over everything. So,
okay, that's okay. I mean, yeah, he looks pretty solid, but there's not much about him really to watch or to go and find. It's just obviously that the YouTube hunt that everyone does when they hear a name and they go and look. Looks very solid, decent profile, but other than that, we're just, I don't know, we're like Bruce Wayne. We're just sort of in a cave somewhere, training away, not letting anyone know, and we're going to rise out of the ashes and just carry on what we were doing. But that's it. That is Nashville news.
Things seem to be pretty quiet over there in Nashville. Seems like they're planning something very sneaky. I don't know.
I'm glad you feel like that.
Too quiet over there, if you ask me.
I'm glad you feel like that. I feel a bit like my years as an Arsenal fan when everyone else was making moves and my team did nothing. So I'd rather you thought that, but I am a little bit worried. We need to make that move happen
all
at least.
sarcasm, so you know, for the record. Just
I'm
keep in mind,
over here with you,
Tyler.
Tyler. I'm just thinking about like Nashville. It's just like poking it with the stick, like do something, do something.
Yeah, we'll see. This move will be good. This is one of the places that I really think we need to reinforce this midfield. I still have a bit of an issue with our left-hand side, but midfield is definitely the place where we are lacking depth and we rely on it so much. And our players do have put in so many miles per game in terms of the amount they're expected to contribute to both phases of attack and defense and the way they are linking up. I mean, Yazbek does runs from basically, he's box to box, like legitimately box to box, and appears in both properly, not just sort of edge of box to edge of box. He's literally deep running to the byline. So yeah, we need another player in there because we cannot put in the load on him that he had, obviously.
Okay.
Well, right. if this Norwegian guy goes over to you, then the row chant can transfer to you guys.
I mean, basically, we've got Eddie, who is Scandinavian. Yazbek played in Scandinavia.
Is there going to be a Norwegian renaissance in the MLS? Is that what we're seeing right now? Is just we're just going to go straight after all the Norwegian players? Like Holland came in here, Oscar Bob came in here, Martin Odegaard came in here. Oh, let's just go ahead for all the popularity.
They only come to Nashville, so I guess they're all coming.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yazbek.
Yeah.
That's awful. MLS the MLS commercial. Yazbek was the Nashville representative in that commercial, right?
I didn't really see him. Where was he?
He's like in a back corner.
he's in a cave back there. He's like, I don't know. He was doing a little cameo, but not much.
Can we talk about that real quick? That commercial?
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people hating on it. I don't understand the hate that it's getting. I think it's a pretty good commercial for MLS. I think it's a little late.
Yeah.
But I saw some people talking about Yazbek specifically, like he put like a bunch of stuff. He was like, "Oh, Freeze was humiliated. Son had a terrible World Cup. Tim Ream had a terrible World Cup. Almiron had like all these people who are and Roldan didn't play." And then for Yazbek it says, "Literally, who is this?" And I'm just thinking, like, if you actually watch the league, he's a starting player for the best team in the league right now. And even Messi's not like he's on a team that's playing better than Messi's team right now. And I've seen a lot of people call the league a retirement league, all that kind of stuff. And this is kind of why I push back on it. It's because like if you actually paid attention, you would know. The only people who say that only look at the names that are brought in and don't actually watch any games. Like Yazbek is a great example of that, where he's an excellent player in the league among big name players. And I don't know. It's frustrating to me.
Keep underrating him. That's fine. Just keep underrating him. Keep underrating Nashville SC. I don't care. Just keep underrating them and let them fly under the radar until we get some silverware at the end of the season.
So my question to both the group and as well as the comments here, with the comment you made about the retirement league, does it feel like when you're going after players like Mo Salah and everything else and teams that historically have been big on youth development, doesn't that kind of bring that narrative a little bit back from where it used to be in the past?
Somewhat.
What do you like? Explain what you mean.
Like we went from like in the early 2010s to where like the best rosters were dominated by, you know, younger players, like very passionate players, like SKC on their big run in the early 2010s.
Matt Biesler and Graham Zuzi.
Yeah, all those guys, and you're kind of looking at them, and then you kind of I have a feeling like giving credit to them. They kind of just them alone, in my opinion, kind of destroy that narrative for a lot of people early on in the early 2010s. But now it seems like now with the whole like everyone wants to get the big name players, like ever since, you know, number 10 came in for, you know, Fort Lauderdale, and it just seems that narrative's coming back. Is like that you're getting a lot of these old retiree players in that are accepting these lower TAM and senior deals just to get on certain rosters, and it comes across that way. I don't believe it, but it definitely the international perspective of it definitely is screaming more that direction now.
The international perspective of it is that way is because those are the only people they know.
Yeah,
like Chicago signed Impakazi this year. He's 20 years old.
Yeah.
Like the Crew just signed Bryce Mendez at 28. Like they're for every quote unquote retirement player you find, you're gonna find another young player who's gonna be a star. And even Cucho when he came into the league. Like, sure, there's some players, and every league's gonna have that. Serie A has Modric and Kevin De Bruyne right now. Like, but if they came to MLS, then now they're coming to retire. Like, I don't know. I think it's a double standard, and
there's a lot of hidden talent in MLS.
Yeah,
and
it's hidden because people don't pay attention to it.
Right.
That's the only reason. Yeah.
And I'll stand on this for as long as I'm alive. I think the quality of MLS beats a handful of top leagues around the world. Say La Liga, for instance. Like, I'm not going to watch like a random Sevilla versus Real Oviedo game, right? But I'll watch like Charlotte versus you name the other team. San Diego.
No one wants to watch Las Palmas versus Eibar. Nobody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, even I was just about to say they have Mamedi and they have Julian Hall, New York. Like,
yeah,
there's a lot of young talent that's in. I mean, Xavier Gozo over at Salt Lake. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's still very much if anything, I'd call the league a development league before I'd call it a retirement league.
Right.
I think
I agree with that. Just the reception, as I was just trying to argue.
Yeah.
I think
Sorry, Tyler.
I think the league has a branding issue though, because the focus is the attention always obviously gets drawn to those players, and that's always the big main thing and the big discussion point. But you don't really hear much, and that their focus is still on that. Their focus is always on that. It's like, who is the main DP versus the other main DP, and we're going to just market every game on that. And I feel like there's not as much done on sort of. I think the future of the league is definitely growing as many players as possible, but then keeping those players, which I think is going to need to be some little expansion of the rules in terms of who can sign and what we can do with different contracts and so on.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, a player like Yazbek, for instance, if we come full circle on this, he's a very good young player that I can see getting a big move away from MLS in a couple of years' time, if not a year's time, because of what he can offer.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. There's nothing. I'll just reading the comment there. What's wrong with having experienced players? There's no issue with that at all.
No, there's no issue with it.
I wanted to say real quick with that though, like when the league brought Messi in, I'm gonna say we because the whole league brought him in. It wasn't just Miami that brought him in. The league brought him in. They should have used that to promote the players within the league that make you want to watch MLS specifically. Like, it shouldn't have been, Miami's going to play LAFC. It's Son versus Messi. It should be, look at Ordaz, or look at Buanga, or look at these guys who are built in this league. They come play. They go and play. I don't know, Vancouver, and they're like, it's Messi versus Mueller. Like, Vancouver has a ton of young talent that needs to be brought up, and bringing Messi in beside them would have been a great way to do that, but they just didn't do it.
Or like, if they're gonna highlight, promote games, promote a player on the other side that's in form, not just like the star player, like
not the big name.
Like
Messi is enough of a big name by itself.
I guarantee you, like, I don't know if Inter Miami does, because I don't pay that much to the West, but if Inter Miami play against Real Salt Lake, they're gonna promote Luna versus Messi in that regard. But I think that what should be, if you're going to do it that direction, you want to go Gozo versus Messi. You don't want to go with Luna. Yeah.
It's interesting because something that doesn't really exist over here. And when you think about it, you don't really see that very often, like the specific player matchup. You might on maybe like a dual basis, like, Haaland versus,
This country loves that stuff, though.
Yeah, I know.
In every sport.
I think
I was about to say, like, NFL, you have Mahomes versus Josh
Exactly,
Allen.
right? Exactly,
it's
right.
American.
And it's less kind of team based and more individual. But I just feel like they also probably make so much more money just by putting those player shirts, and they know that the league gets a bit of everything they sell. So
Messi versus Kevin Sullivan. Oh God, Kid was in the commercial, and he's not even on the first team roster. He's on the reserve team.
So the MLS All-Star roster got announced. Was it late last week? I'm actually very excited to go over this list with you guys, see what you guys think.
It's not a bad list. Yeah,
it's not a bad list. We'll go over the first 11, and then we'll go over the, I guess, reserves. Nashville is like what I think Tyler put in the doc here. It's dominating the roster, but we will go over the first 11 right now. In goal, Brian Schwake out of Nashville. Left back, we have Minnesota United, Maranchit. I'm going to butcher some of these names, so I might need help with these names here. Anthony Markanich. Center back, obviously, Mbokazi. And then, you guys have any guesses who the other one is? Anyone?
I'm not going to say it.
Anyone?
I'm not going to say it.
Beeler. Tim Ream! Charlotte FC.
Your hero of the hour.
It's also the wild part, because if you look at the MLS website with the All-Star roster, it shows you if it was coach's selection or voted in. Tim Ream was voted in. That's what makes it even worse.
I bet he wouldn't be voted in now. I'd love to see the votes if it was done now.
Yeah,
like
let's revote.
Let's do it the week. Day after the Belgian game. Let's see what happens.
I don't believe it. I think they're lying to us. I don't believe that he was voted in. There's no way.
Oh, Charlotte fans are passionate about anybody that's up for a nomination. They will do it. Like the Charlotte fans are crazy about their team.
Why do they want to see better players? That would be a good idea.
Because why would you want some representation? That's the closest thing.
Why would you want to promote? Look how bad our center back is on the world stage. Like,
but it is in their home. It is in their home state. They got to have a hometown boy in there, so that made the most sense.
They have 2 other players. That's good enough.
That's the only recognizing team.
When we get into midfield, I knew one of the players was always going to be in there forever. Literally, the minute I knew who was managing it, I was like, "Oh, okay, we know who's going to be in midfield."
Yeah.
Oh, continue. Go ahead.
Line, right back, Andy Nahar out of Nashville. I guess really no surprise there. Defensive midfield, Sebastian Berhalter out of the Whitecaps.
Did I not hear Steven Moreira, or did you say it?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I said Andy Nahar.
Yeah. I'm talking about Steven Moreira.
Well, I'm talking about Andy Nahar.
On the team.
This is starting 11.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Defensive midfield, Sebastian Berhalter. No surprise there, to be honest. Attacking midfield, Xavier Gozo out of Salt Lake and Hani Mukhtar out of Nashville. Again, no surprise there.
He's good.
Forwards, Golden Boot leader Hugo Kuipers out of Chicago. Sonny at LAFC and some number 10 on Miami.
That is. Anyway, continue.
So Miami have a 10. I didn't know.
Full roster. Goalkeepers. I would like to say something when I am done. Crapo out of Orlando City. Coaches selection. United States men's national team starting keeper out of NYCFC. Coaches selection. And
Former
obviously Brian
starting
Schweike
keeper
voted in. Where's Chris Brady? Where's Chris Brady?
In Chicago.
That's
doing
true.
something better with his time.
Probably still stuck at the U.S. training camp in Atlanta. Never got off the plane.
I
Texting
feel
Matt Freese.
It's awful.
Tormenting him. Telling him he's going to take his job, which he is.
Let me look something up. Continue what you're saying, but I'm going to look something up in terms of the goalkeepers because when I say he, Matt Freese shouldn't be there. I don't think.
No.
Is that swayed by the recent?
No, I'm talking about. I'm talking specifically. Oh crap! I disappeared.
It was that bad that you disappeared.
All right. So once you'll get that figured out. I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
That Matt Freese spot. Do you? Oh, All right, he's gone. Do you guys think whoever got selected for the men's national team starting spot would be there? Say if that was Matt Turner, you think that's Turner's spot? And same thing for Brady? Or do you think that's always Matt Freese?
Like in terms of would he been voted in?
The question was, whoever's that Matt Freese spot.
Yeah.
Is that spot for the U.S. Men's national team starting spot? Say if Matt Turner got selected, is that Turner's spot? And same thing for Brady. Brady got selected as a starter. That's his spot.
That's where I'm like, I don't believe the voting thing.
Yeah.
But
Matt Freese was the coach's selection.
For example, I think in the same way, I think if Miles Robinson started ahead of Tim Ream, that's Miles Robinson, not Tim Ream, in that All-Star team. I think they're promoting their World Cup players.
Yeah.
Wow, we've gone full conspiracy this episode. That's the second conspiratorial mention.
I mean, is that far-fetched?
No,
Yes.
I mean, it's a good question. Like,
I don't think it is far-fetched at all.
No. I think, but I don't know. I think that maybe I want to believe that it's not
I mean, and like in saying that it's coach voted, I also don't think the coach picks Tim Ream. If Tim Ream was brought in, no, Tim Ream was voted, right? Matt Freese was brought in.
I think some of these picks are very Dean Smith, though. I think his DNA is.
I think a lot of them
over
are
this team. Do you really? Because I was also going to say, well, what if if you'd had a keeper that wasn't playing, had Suzuki been American and chosen not to play for Japan, then that wasn't an option, was it? So I don't know if it's really like reserved for the US men's national team keeper. And also putting it after, why would it matter? Because it's after the World Cup, and now it looks awful because he's probably going to come on and be booed. Because rather than it being a promotion for the World Cup,
this is why I'm going to that game on the 22nd. This is why I'm going to that game on the 22nd beforehand, because I will be booing Tim Ream in Charlotte when that does happen.
I like it.
Yep.
I also just don't. I think MLS has proven it with how they've treated Messi. They don't know how to promote their players well. They think, World Cup means he should be up front.
So does FIFA, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't. I of course, it's just conspiracy, no proof kind of thing. But I think a lot of these players are only there because of their profile, not because of they're the best players this season.
That's the way it always goes with any All-Star game, period, though.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about
Ashley Westwood.
I'm talking about regardless. I mean, outside of the fan vote, I'm talking about the ones that the coaches get to pick. And
it's the It's the sell the All-Star game. It's not about selling the league and selling the player. It's about selling the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Do you reckon? I mean, some of his picks are so Dean Smith, though.
Like what, for example?
Well, let's get through the team. Let's get through the team, and then I'll point him out.
10 defenders. Max Arfston from the Crew, coach's selection. Lucas Harrington, Colorado Rapids, coach's selection. Richie Laria, Toronto, commissioner's pick. Anthony Marincic, already went over him, voted in out of Minnesota. Embo voted in. Steven Marrera, Columbus Crew, coach's selection. Daniel Mooney, San Jose Earthquakes, coach's selection. Andy Nahar, Nashville, voted in. Jackson Reagan, Seattle Sounders, coach's selection. And then United States men's national team starting center back, Tim Ream, Charlotte, voted in. Anything to say here?
We've already said enough. We already said enough about that.
I'll say I wouldn't be surprised if Arfston does not play in this game, because I wouldn't be surprised if he's gone by that point.
Yeah.
I'll give my thoughts because there was a comment in here, but I'm gonna wait until we get through the whole roster to bring it up, because one of the comments in our chat really brings up a really good point. We already talked about one of their players, San Jose, who's had a pretty good season this year, only getting one representative in this All-Star team. That shocks me. I'll get to that in the forwards, because I have a specific player I would throw in there over a bunch of these guys.
On to midfielders, 9 of them. Sebastian Berhalter, Vancouver Whitecaps, voted in. Pep Biel, Charlotte,
Dean Smith.
coaches selection. Rodrigo De Paul, Inter Miami, coaches selection. Evander, no surprise, Cincinnati, coaches selection. Charles Gill, New England, coaches selection. Xavier Gozo, Real Salt Lake, voted in. Hani Mukhtar, Nashville, voted in. Thomas Mueller, no surprise, Whitecaps, coaches selection. Finally, Ashley Westwood, Charlotte,
Dean Smith.
coaches selection.
He's literally brought him to every club he's managed. He is literally his assistant, Ashley Westwood.
Yes,
He is
basically
literally.
They've actually grilled him in interviews and asked if he would want to be an assistant coach.
Yeah, he's literally Dean Smith's assistant on the field.
Yeah.
That's literally it. I mean, that's his role, and that's the most Dean Smith thing. He couldn't probably have a team without him in it. I don't know if he'd know what to do or how his team could function without Ashley Westwood. And I think that carries on for Sam Surridge as well, to be honest with you. I think he's also a Dean Smith pick.
A question in here from She Footy. Why are we still listing Arston as a defender, please? Matt, want to go ahead and answer
that? I'll just answer that by reading off something that another guy from my podcast said a couple days ago about that. He said, "I love how MLS has Arston listed as a midfielder. The USA has him listed as a defender. The Crew has him listed as a winger, and the All-Star team has him listed as a defender. Like, I don't think anyone actually knows what position he plays. Like, he's a wingback, really. It was what he does. But is that an attacking player? Is that a defending player? I think it depends on which systems you're using. I think for the Crew, he's an attacking player. He's not really a defender. And I don't know why he's listed as defender, because if you play in a back four, he shouldn't be anywhere near the back line. He's not a defender. He's a winger.
All right. On to the forwards. 7 of them. Before I get started, this is a very, very tight, closed room. This is hard to get into. But we'll start with Hugo Kuiper, Chicago Fire, voted in. Andres Dreyer, San Diego, coaches selection. Julian Hall, Red Bull New York, commissioner's pick. Sonny, LAFC, voted in. Number 10 on Inter Miami, voted in. Petar Musa, FC Dallas, coaches selection. Sam Surridge, Nashville, coaches selection. What are we thinking?
So basing off of just form, and Tyler's probably mad about this one because Surridge has not featured that much this season. I would have put Preston Judd in over Sam Surridge right now with San Jose.
Judd is a
Dean
monster.
Smith. Dean Smith. Sam Surridge is Dean Smith type of
Yeah.
striker. That's it. Literally. He's just English boy.
Is it just because he's English?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's an English lad. You know, the way he plays is how Dean Smith likes his strikers to play. Easy pick for him. I think that's why he's there. I could agree that someone else should. I honestly would rather other players didn't play in this game. I'd rather our players were focusing on playing for MLS.
I would rather us not play Liga MX All-Stars again.
Yeah. I'd rather just do East-West like we done in the past.
I think
That's
we
what
did
I want.
West.
That'd be way
That's
more
what I
fun.
want to.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, Preston Judd should have been in there, or even over what's his name, over Dreyer, in my opinion. Preston Judd had a really good season. He should have got a call.
I think we need to push the agenda for the East-West
There-
Conference again.
Who are the commissioner picks? We just have one? Or
Two.
Julian Hall and
There's
who?
a couple of them. Julian Hall. I thought
And
there was
Larea.
another one.
Richie
Oh,
Larray.
Yeah.
Lorea.
Larea. Out of
Larea.
Toronto.
That's a
I
weird
think
commissioner
that's
pick
it.
for me. That's a really strange commissioner pick to me.
It's a youth pick, isn't it?
Lorea's not youth. Lorea's almost 30
No,
years
the
old.
other one is Julian Hall.
Oh, no, the other one. I get. I'm talking about Lorea.
Yeah,
Okay.
Julian Hall's had a really good season so far.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Lorea's 31. And
Yeah.
Is that just he played for Canada? Bring him in?
Matt's on his conspiracy again.
Basically,
I mean, what other? I don't understand him being there.
He's
And
best mates with him.
especially as a
He's paying him
commissioner
off. He's in his back pocket.
I'm not gonna go into paying off that.
Put a couple $100 in his back pocket last time they were hanging out. I was like, hey, I need a move in transfer window. That'd be the right time.
Usually the commissioner pick is either someone from the hometown team, a youth player, or a major star. Larrea's not any of those.
I agree with this comment, by the way.
I didn't see the comment. I missed
there
it.
You go.
Oh, yeah. No, there's a lot of. I mean, honestly, he could have been there. I mean, not ahead of Larrea. They played different positions, but I don't know. Larrea's a really weird one to me, especially specifically as a commissioner pick.
I do agree. I do find that a little. I did think that when I saw it, I was like,
yeah.
Pourquoi?
So,
okay.
We can finally get into predictions. I can't believe MLS is back already.
Yes.
I can't wait. Predictions. We only do predictions for our teams playing, because if we do every single team, that'd probably take like 15 minutes out of this episode. So, Fire play Vancouver, Nashville play Atlanta. So we'll start with Fire versus Vancouver. I don't know if Berhalter will play or not, to be honest. I imagine he would, ? But let's go perfect world. Everyone starts. What are your guys' prediction?
I mean, I want it to be a tough battle just in that midfield alone with well, not really the midfield, but just an attacking battle between Muller and Lewandowski, because they're so used to playing with each other, and now they're playing each other in the same league. This is going to get low. There's going to be some trash talk back and forth. I guarantee it, because that's just who Thomas Muller is. And I'm interested to see what's going to happen. It's going to be a tough. It's in Chicago, isn't it, or is it in Vancouver?
In Chicago.
Ooh. So yeah, crowds are going to be all up for it. It should be a fun game. I think Lewandowski probably scores 1. But I think it probably ends like 2-1.
Okay. Jared, do you expect a big crowd on a Thursday night for that game?
They've been promoting it. They have Lewandowski's face and Muller's face on the poster, just like what we're talking about. So
it's really
you didn't even have to say that. I knew that.
It's really interesting to me that it's the only like non-rivalry game of the day.
Yeah.
Or of the whole week. Of the week.
Yeah, like week.
You get Montreal, Toronto, St. Louis, Kansas City, Seattle, Portland, LA, LAFC, Nashville, Atlanta, Chicago, Vancouver. And I feel I understand why they did all the this is a great way to get the people back in the league, is with all these big rivalry games. But then Chicago, Vancouver is just a weird. Maybe it's because neither of them really have a direct rival.
Yeah, manufacture a rivalry.
Yeah. But no, but
are we big rivals?
I think Chicago wins.
Are we big rivals?
Nashville, Atlanta have a little bit of something going on.
It's a regional thing. It's not. We're not each other's biggest rivals. I don't think.
No, I'd agree.
No.
I do kind of anticipate a fairly big crowd. I think hundreds will be pretty packed, and 200 should be open. I haven't checked tickets, but I mean it's supposedly Lewandowski's first game. From what I've been seeing, he is supposed to be playing. So I mean, I guess just wait and see. But it's supposed to be like 92 and rainy, but that's supposed to be later on in the day, so it'll be a nice, cool day to sit out.
This also might be Mbukazi's last game in Chicago.
We didn't.
It'll be interesting. I'm gonna go with a draw.
Really?
Like 0-0 or what kind of draw?
1-1.
1-1.
I feel like that press is just
Vancouver
so difficult.
I'm just looking at. I mean, obviously, like you're talking about with the World Cup, history doesn't really matter, but form matters. But I guess even with it being a long break, form doesn't matter as much right now either. But Vancouver's only lost 1 away game this season.
I think the way they play is just so tricky. Vancouver have the best press in the league, undeniably.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys are going to cope with that. I don't think you're going to cope with that, unfortunately. I think they win it 2-0.
Chicago also has lost 3 home games already this year?
I'm trying to pull it up. Computer's taking its time.
I'm going 1-1. I think a home crowd will help, but I'll be interested to see how many teams are still the same level as they were before, because breaks usually change things up.
Yeah.
I think betting Lewandowski in is going to be interesting for me in terms of how that's going to look, but I don't think that's going to help against Vancouver. In fact, I could see him. Could I see him not starting? They can't do that. They probably can't do that.
I don't think he'll start, to be honest. I really don't think he'll start.
So how many players for Vancouver were in this World Cup rotation at any nation? That's what comes down to my prediction. That's where I'm thinking at, because I'm thinking in form versus fatigue is a big thing. Looking into that, because you got players that have just been training for like the past month compared to guys that are coming fresh off of a World Cup, and the intensity's got to change a lot. Where you're having to go from winner take all and to now it's okay, settle back into your regular play style that you've been playing since February.
Vancouver had 3 players at the World Cup.
Okay. And one of them was probably not going to play, which is Berhalter.
Yeah.
There was Kubas for Paraguay and Ulumi for Tunisia.
Okay.
Well, Tunisia guys well rested. We're fine.
That's
funny.
That is pretty funny. Nashville versus Atlanta. It's in Nashville. I'm sorry, Garrett. I probably got like 2-0, 3-0.
Welcome to the castle.
I'll tell you what I got for this one. So I'm gonna tell you what I think about this one. It's gonna be 1-1 until the 70th minute, and then Nashville's gonna put 2 past us. It's gonna be 3-1 Nashville.
It's normally not how we do it. We normally go the other way. I mean, do absolutely nothing at the end. 2-1 Nashville.
Yeah, wow. But if we are somehow tied in that game past the 75th minute, then we're probably drawing. If we are not, if we are trailing or tied up to the 70th minute, we're probably going to lose. So that's the way I'm looking at it, because we have not been good. Because I guarantee you, Hoyos is still going to play. All the DPs, with the exception of maybe Morant, and maybe Almiron, are probably going to play. Junior Alonso will not play in this one because he's still working through his visa. I think it's still going to be the same thing we've seen so far this whole year, and it's going to be ugly.
The only thing is Nashville haven't been great from restarts historically, but I'm not too bothered by that. I think we're going to do what we did at the start of the season, just hit this like a brand new start of the season. We have pretty much, I think everyone should be fit and available again now. I'm calling this as a pretty dominant 4-1.
Yeah. This is going to be a layup for you guys. I'm saying that in all truthfulness. It's going to be an absolute layup coming out of this break for you guys.
Because you guys have kind of changed players around, but not really reinforced in the way that you needed to yet in terms of actual availability.
I think we're still probably a full year away from the system actually working.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, for me, I don't see it being too much of an issue. Sadly, not to be super cocky, but yeah.
Sorry, guys, my keyboard.
I think you're being realistic. I think you're being too nice.
I've seen it. I sat there and watched it. I'm actually gutted that I'm not there for this game, because I've just sat in our seats so many times against teams that have been struggling lower down in the league this year at home, and we've just completely blown them away within the first few minutes. The Espinosa attack down the right hand side is difficult to cope with when you give him, an opposition that's not their very best, and he looks really good in those situations. So I'm expecting that I'll win a bunch of corners like we have typically in all of these games, and then we score off maybe a second ball from a corner pretty early on.
All right. Matt, you say your prediction for this game?
For the national game? 2-1.
2-1, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we have a little bit of recapping to do for the World Cup. We'll kind of breeze through this because we are coming up in an hour, but a couple games we do want to touch on is obviously United States men's national team game, which we'll get to. But in the round of 16, Argentina versus Egypt, Argentina took that win 3-2. FIFA corruption? Let me put on the tinfoil hat again.
Tinfoil hat time. Yep.
That, I don't know. That just seemed like the most corrupt game I've ever seen. That was it. The second goal or first goal from Argentina. There should have been a foul on the other end, and they just let it go.
Egypt had a goal called back.
Remember the counterattack for Egypt. They got called all the way back for a free kick. That was ridiculous.
See, okay, so I think in terms of the actual rules, that does follow the rules where you can go back as far as when possession was changed.
Right.
I just don't like the rule. I feel like there has to be a time limit or something. Because say you won the ball in a foul and you pass it around for 130 passes and then score.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Do you
that's
go
true.
all the way back to when that foul happened 5 minutes ago?
Well, even with that, like I'm arguing your point with you, Matt, on this one. Like they had how many defenders did they get past? They could have made stops on
Five
where
guys,
it could have stopped play. Yeah, 5.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the foul that when Argentina scored, we talked about the foul that didn't get called. It was a very similar foul to the one that was called for Argentina.
Yeah.
Both of them were soft, in my opinion. I don't think either of them should have been called, but since one was, the other one should have as well. And my issue with the World Cup the whole time has not been, oh, this call's wrong, this call's right. It's just consistency. There's not the same calls being made with the same instances happening, and that's my big issue with it. If they didn't call back the Egypt goal, then I would have been like, okay, they didn't call back that one. Don't call back the Argentina one either. But one was done and one wasn't. That's my issue.
Yeah, I get you. I agree.
Yeah. Going back on the Chicago versus Vancouver Whitecaps game, they did open up the 300s, so it's probably going to be a packed stadium for Thursday night.
Solid.
Should be
theoretically.
Yeah, I think it's right. It should be. It should be.
Any thoughts on that game, Tyler?
I was already thinking about the next one. To be honest with you, this feels like I've gone back in time.
Yeah, I'm still frustrated that Egypt let a 2-goal lead slip.
Yeah, I agree.
But
I thought they had it.
But
I genuinely thought they had it.
We've been saying it almost every single World Cup game. 2-0 is the toughest lead.
Yep.
In soccer,
most dangerous lead in soccer.
We've been saying it from even back before this World Cup started. We've been saying it from MLS games.
I made a post
we've been saying it for
a
while.
I made a post about it, and the very next game, the Crew lost a 2-0 lead, and I was like, "Well, I jinxed us."
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
On to another round of 16 games. Switzerland 0, Colombia 0. Switzerland wins in pens. Thoughts, opinions, whatever. Let's start with Tyler. We'll start with you.
I was watching the end of this at the airport as I was leaving Nashville, and it was fun just watching with a load of people in the bars, just all groaning as penalties were missed. But Switzerland did the job. I mean, ultimately, that's it in terms of. I mean, I thought it was hard fought game, but pretty even teams really. And Switzerland did a really good job in the penalties, to be honest with you. So they just didn't mess about too much. Yeah, I mean, the pressure clearly got to them in terms of Colombia. I don't have a ton to say, honestly, in terms of this game. I just felt like pressure, just the pressure, and they clearly went up to it. And Switzerland had that little bit more experience probably in the team in terms of that. We've mentioned that all the way through. Yeah, made the most of it.
Yeah, Garrett.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really catch most of this one, so I really didn't have an opinion on it. I just know that with the Swiss team, they looked really. I mean, they kind of do what they normally do. It's just they're a very technical team. They're gonna beat teams they can beat, and Colombia just
Felt
just
bad for
kind
Cucho. He missed
of just didn't.
There were. I know I didn't get to you yet, Matt. There were reports. A Colombian soccer star refused to fly home with teammates. He has gone off, quote, in hiding off the grid after missing a goal that cost the country the game. I thought this was a penalty that missed. It was not.
No, it was during the game.
During the game, Jeminton Campas, sorry if I butchered that name, was the name that was dropped.
He had basically a 1v1 with the keeper and just shot it over the goal.
Yeah, I mean that angle though, that's a hard angle.
No, it was a hard angle. I agree. The whole thing is ridiculous that you have to go into hiding because I mean I don't you guys probably not remember but at least know about it in the 90s that a Colombian player got killed for scoring your own goal.
Yeah, Escobar.
Yeah.
That was
Escobar.
Yeah, like, he was like gunned down, and then like every time they hit him, they yelled goal, goal, goal.
It's ridiculous.
Like every time they got him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has received threats. That has been confirmed as of 3 hours ago that he was receiving legitimate threats against his life.
It's insane.
That's
Yeah, it's nasty.
Matt, opinions? Anything else you want to add?
I don't know. I saw SDFC fan saying, "What about the next crew game?" The next crew game doesn't play until our next show, so we're not even talk about it yet.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I thought Colombia had it, and like beforehand, and I just don't think they played very well. I think they missed a lot of chances.
Yeah. On to our beloved USMNT 1, Belgium 4. As we know, before the game, Balogun's red card got reversed, suspended, whatever you want to call it. Our guy in charge got on the phone, whatever, blah blah blah. Honestly, we got our asses handed to us. I know we try to keep this show PG.
That's fair.
18, but we got our asses handed to us.
You guys were hyped to report the game.
Yes.
And then I jumped on Matt and Garrett's stream, and it was very different.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I'll start off with this, if you guys don't mind.
Okay, go ahead.
I wasn't even disappointed that we lost. I was kind of ready for us to lose, like internally. I was like, we might lose this game. What I was disappointed with was the effort the players put in and the level of, like, we know the technical level of these players. None of them showed it.
Nope.
Like, individually. And that was the biggest disappointment for me, was that all these guys, I don't think one player, maybe you can say Alex Freeman had a decent game, but the vast majority of the team didn't play up to their normal level. And if we played,
Tillman had a good game.
He had a good goal.
Tillman had a good, decent moments.
Yeah, he had a couple moments. That's fair. I'm
As a neutral.
Tillman as well. But I would have been a lot more like content with a loss if I knew we played our best game and still lost. But we didn't. We didn't even show our best selves in that game.
No,
and that's what frustrated me. Yeah.
Dest, Robinson, Ream, disaster classes, in my opinion.
The worst game I've ever seen Dest play.
Yeah. Tim Ream was involved in 3 goals. Speaking of 3 goals, we lost to Belgium without Doku, De Bruyne, and Lukaku. We lost 3-1 to Belgium
before they came on. Yeah.
Before they came on. I think Berhalter showed out. He showed passion. After that volley attempt that just missed, I'm like, oh my God, can we do it? Like, I had a little moment of like, whoa, okay. So I do owe him an apology. I thought he was on this United States men's national team just as a set piece merchant. He proved me wrong. He is fantastic in the midfield. He shows passion, especially with that USMNT badge on. I'm excited to see what he has for the years to come.
I think that's a big reason we missed Luna, for that same reason. Like the actual,
don't bring him back.
Passion. The passion.
He's gone beyond reality or whatever it was.
Well, he's
not chasing reality.
Well,
I'm just saying, like, a thing I think this team really missed was personality. There wasn't. Verhalter brought it.
Yeah.
There were 2 things for me about this game that I felt like. One, I think everything that happened with Balogun galvanized the Belgian team significantly more, and it gave them a reason to fight. And they hadn't really had that reason the whole way through the tournament until that point. And then they all just came on like, okay, we're going to make a point here for everyone else as much as us. And the second thing is, I think tactically they just completely got it right, and I don't think Pochettino was ready for what happened at all. You guys, I know you guys are saying, players didn't really show up. That's because your team is based on the press and working that way throughout the tournament. And they just went, we're going to bypass the press. We're just going to kick it over the top and make you run back. And you've just like stretched out Ream, so he's having to run back the whole time. You're then running backwards into space. And you guys haven't played that the whole tournament. And I think
my
that was
issue
it.
with the individual play wasn't our press; it was when we had the ball.
Mm-hmm.
We were making passes that were too short. We were falling over while dribbling the ball, people passing the ball out of bounds, like things that if they were on their game, they're not doing. Like, and that's not even with pressure from Belgium. Like when they had space, they were making bad mistakes.
Yeah,
and yeah,
It looked like me. To me, it looked like the mentality. It was the first time that I saw the US team not winning, basically, not having. You're on this very high on this train of like everything's gone well. We've barely conceded that we're amazing. We're on it, and then they got into a game, and I think they were expecting a different game to the game they ended up playing. And I think that just took it out of them. And I think they never recovered from that idea that they were playing a different game, and that I think Belgium just tactically, even in the defensive shape and everything, the way they played entirely, just neutralized the US team. I think it was actually a managerial masterclass as much as anything. And it was a good show of desire from Belgium too. But I do get your point that every pass was slightly short or slightly long or slightly too much or slightly whatever.
And that's things we weren't seeing in the 4 games beforehand.
Yeah.
Do you think that's just that I can't help but put that down to the tactical side, you know? I just think that they just played a completely different game. And it was just I'd never seen Belgium really play like that all tournament. And suddenly they're kicking the ball long and running in behind the whole time. And you guys were struggling against that, I think.
I mean, yeah, I'll always go back to. I mean, that confidence could be a huge thing, and I think not being able to win those could have hurt their confidence, and that just kind of screams the team's not there mentally.
Yeah,
and that kind of goes back to what I was saying before. It was like we need personalities that are just like, hey, we're gonna fight for everything, and I mean, we can go into the whole Pulisic thing, but
yeah, I will.
For the talent he has, the personality is not there with him.
I will have Mr. Passion himself go over that. Garrett, I know yours will be long. It'll be loud. I know a couple swear words might come out, but go for it. The floor is yours.
I did my cursing of this team in private and on other live streams, Matt. I'm sorry, but
yeah.
As far as going forward with all this, just looking back at this constantly, it's like, was the noise around Balogun too much? Did it distract the team too much? Did it make them feel like they had to, like the whole world, all eyes are on them? Because it was the most watched game for the U.S. men's national team in a long time, if not
ever.
And yeah. And yeah, so we had that going, and then I just don't get, like, then the excuses coming from the fan base, like, about all the different things. They're not even throwing shade at the right people. It's just like, why? It's like the first thing I see on social media. Okay, now I'm really gonna get into my whole passion rant. The MLS hate towards any players in the United States men's national team needs to stop. Anyone that believes that, the easiest fix is just to get these dual nationals from Europe, then forget about them. Forget about, like, honestly, the most passionate player in this World Cup was Berhalter. And I think all of us here, we've trashed him a lot. We owe him a big, big apology.
All of us.
I've never trashed him.
It's just because he tried to show that. Yeah, but like, I don't think any if there, like, some of the best run I've seen happen with the United States in my lifetime. I wasn't paying attention to it in 2002, and Matt could probably speak more about that than I can. But one of the best runs we had was, in my opinion, was 2014. How many MLS players were on that roster?
That's a ton.
A lot. Yeah, there was a ton, and they all played pivotal parts in that. And like, the disrespect towards the MLS talent just needs to go away. If you think that the US can't grow as a national team, and the only way you can do that is by going after players that have a favorable name, that they play like in the Bundesliga for, like, Dortmund because they played in the academy for 2 years, get sold off somewhere, or Ajax or whatever. Please, respectively, F off. I don't want you a part of this fan base.
But Tim Weah came from PSG, and PSG is so good. Tim Weah has to be good, right?
And Tim Weah is a part of the problem. He's not a U.S. men's national team nepo baby, but he is a nepo baby. He's living off of the shadow of his dad, who's the most successful and the best African player of all time, the only African player to win the Ballon d'Or. But what was he shown?
Yeah.
He barely featured at all in this World Cup.
And when he did,
he had his run in 2022 where he was playing as exactly.
Yeah.
But another thing I want to point out with that also is just the Pulisic comments. First of all, with him, it was coming out reports that he twisted his ankle. Turns out it's a full-on break. And then he goes on
is it a break?
After being interviewed at the game, says, I thought it's a break. It was a microfracture.
Oh.
Yeah. So with all that, he comes out and says, now I finally get the rest. Carly Lloyd and Sidney Leroux, I'm glad they put him in his place. I am glad they put him in his place. Yeah. Carly Lloyd said, you rest when your career ends. And I fully stand by that. And I think that was the right thing to say. Sidney Leroux going after him as well. Like, come on. If you're going to take anything from it, if you're going to brush anything away, don't brush off the team that's actually won 4 World Cups.
I think Leroux's comments were better because she said he's been resting this whole World Cup. And
yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's been resting. And the thing that sucks about Pulisic, I mean, he doesn't want to be the guy, but come on. It's like we rested him in the Gold Cup and rested him for the majority of that of this last summer before the summer before the World Cup in preparation for this World Cup, and he didn't do anything. Reyna had a better World Cup than Pulisic did, and we are not fans. I'm not a fan of Reyna at all. Yeah. That's saying a lot.
Yeah,
but I mean,
yeah.
One more thing, Alexi Lalas, keep your mouth shut about Poch. Keep your freaking mouth shut about Poch. Saying you want to move on from him? Are you kidding me? Who are you going to put in that place? What are you going to do? Get Bruce Arena to quit San Jose? Come back for one more cycle? Dude's pushing 80. Yeah. The only guy you can make that. The only guy you can make that argument for even for Nations League that may deserves a shot is BJ Callahan, but he's not going to leave Nashville. He's not going to leave that to coach Nations League.
Tyler's like, don't touch my coach.
Hands off. Yeah. He doesn't need to go waste his time for the next 4 years. He can do that in 2 years' time, whatever. Before I get way too heated on this, just in retrospect, now that we're out, who is the biggest miss in the 26 roster as far as who should we have had?
Luna.
Aiden Morris.
Luna.
Aiden Morris. I mean, Tessman would have been a good fit.
You should have chose reality and
Luna.
We can even go with a keeper too.
Brian Schweike
was Freeze the right?
Dude, he would have been better than any of the choices he ended up with. Gonna be real, he would have been in there like, boom, gonna stop you, I'm gonna save you. He would not have done that with his feet.
Zach Steffen would have had a. Steffen would have had a better World Cup than Matt Freese. It would have had a better knockout round than Matt Freese, and that's saying a lot.
And playing is so much better than what you ended up seeing as basically your downfall. And I can't believe that none of you mentioned Matt Freese in this discussion.
I don't even want to.
I was about to get to that because he was part that whiffed. Young Ho, whatever his name is, who's the kicker for the Giants?
Young Ho Koo.
Yep. Young Ho Koo. Yeah, he pulled a good impression of that at that point because it wasn't the whole thing about why he started was because he was it Freeze that was better on the ball or Turner was better on the ball on his feet?
I think Freeze.
Yeah, because I remember someone making a comment about that because Freeze was in that position because he's better on the ball than Turner. No. And like as soon as that happened, I think someone mentioned that to me, and I was like, and as soon as that happens, like, yeah, you're wrong, and I just don't know exactly where to go from here because now we have Nations League coming up. We got our quote Captain America that's going to rest, and it looked like the only players that I'm looking at is like they played their hearts out this entire World Cup. Chris Richards and Malik Tillman. They deserve to kind of hang their heads and be like and be upset.
Chris Richards
everybody else,
at the end, though.
Dest, no.
Yeah, Richards messed up in the 4th goal, but even then.
Yeah, but still, Richards was pretty good for most of the World Cup. I just don't know what. Go ahead.
Can I ask a question? What? Where does Pulisic like? If you're gonna rank Landon Donovan, Clint Dempsey, and Christian Pulisic, where are you putting them?
Put Pulisic at 3. The rest of it all depends on which. Pulisic at 3.
Tyler,
it's a toss up for me. It's a toss up for me where Dempsey and Donovan are.
Tyler, as someone who's not American, how would you rank them?
Dempsey, Donovan, Pulisic.
Yeah, that order.
Yeah, 1 down to 3.
Okay, yeah, I think that's where I'm at too. I've seen a lot of people saying Pulisic is still the GOAT for U.S. soccer. I'm just like, he hasn't done anything.
Actually, can I change that? Can I go Dempsey, Donovan, Tim Howard, Pulisic?
Well, I was speaking specifically field players. I didn't mention.
No.
If we're including goalkeepers,
okay. If we're gonna go field players, Dempsey, Donovan, Tillman, the Kit Man, then going all the way down to maybe 15th. I'm going Pulisic.
Joe Max Moore.
Pulisic has not shown. Pulisic, as far as the national team is concerned, has not shown any heart since they lost to Trinidad. And even then, at that point, I still think he was kind of holding it back.
I'm asking the question because afterwards I looked up Donovan's accomplishments with the U.S. national team. He's won 3 Nations Leagues, and that's it. He hasn't even won a Gold Cup with the USA. Because he either has lost when he's played or didn't play. And
Balogun's on pace to have more trophies than Pulisic.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And no one really cares about Nations League. No one cares about Nations League.
No.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's the thing. Sorry, let me just say this one last thing, and then I'll hand it over to you, Tyler. People are kind of what she said there. People are equating Pulisic's club accomplishments with his national team accomplishments. I don't I've said this a number of times over the past week to different people, but I don't care how they played for their club. I don't care I don't care if you play for New Mexico United or you play for Real Madrid. If the player who plays for New Mexico United plays better for the U.S. national team, he's the player I want.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter what you do for your club. It doesn't matter at all when I talk about who's the best players to play for the U.S. national team.
Yeah.
That's interesting you say that, because obviously that's been the approach of the England national team, who are now in the semi-final. So the approach was, hey, Cole Palmer, you have been okay, but maybe you're not the right fit for our national team. Phil Foden, you've never played well for England, so you're not going to be in the team. And that's been the approach, and ultimately Tuchel's got that right.
But with that, shouldn't you have still brought Maguire, if that's the case? Maguire shows up for England.
He does, but I don't think I just think that's a personality thing. I think he's such a big presence that to then not have him play or whatever is probably not the right move.
That makes sense.
The biggest thing.
Sorry, you were about to say something.
Yeah, my big question was the Pochettino thing. Because Garrett's full in on the Pochettino thing. I feel like I've only ever seen Pochettino come up short. And so should the USMNT national, coach, should that change? And what's having you stick with it? Because you've not gone any further than you have any other time, basically.
I'm always weary with a coach going more than one cycle, just generally. It almost never goes well the second time around. I mean, if you look at the ones we've had, Bruce Arena got to a quarterfinal, next time got out in the group stage. Klinsmann got us through 2014, didn't even make it to the next World Cup. Bob Bradley, Greg Berhalter got that first cycle, got a little bit more. It was not good for that second time either. It almost feels like it goes stale. And I think a lot of it is that players there's not the rotation you need when you have the same person. They usually want to keep.
There are some national teams that have.
There are, but those usually come with.
Yeah, there are some national teams that have had managers that have gone well, like Joaquin Lowe, who was in the cycle in 20. I was about to say it's usually 2010, 2006.
Yeah, Deschamps as well, but it's usually national teams that have a lot of depth. Germany and France have a ton of it, and we don't. And so a lot of players will start getting with those teams. You can have, I don't know, Matuidi or not Matuidi, Kolo Muani, who plays in a World Cup final and then doesn't make the next team.
Yeah.
you're not going to have that with the U.S. team. And so these players are going to start feeling like they are. It's kind of like what happened with Greg Berhalter, I think, where players felt like, oh, I have my spot, don't have to worry about it. And then it gets stale. And then you start losing. And then the coach gets fired, and you have half a year to figure out, or a year and a half to figure out what to do before World Cup. I don't know. Yeah. I wouldn't mind if we didn't go with Poch again, but I don't. The issue is, who do we bring in? And that's the only reason I would keep him, is if we have no plan for anyone else.
So not really the best reason.
It's not, but I mean, what are you going to do if you don't have a plan with anyone else? You just not have a coach?
I mean, you don't have to go all 4 years, I guess, do you? You just need to get through the next 2 and then decide who you want to lead you to the World Cup.
I made the mistake of going on Twitter X that night just because I wanted to.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Just went on there, full stop.
Yep.
I found 4 tweets, top 3 with an honorable mention. I would like to share with everybody here. Honorable mention one is quote, "This is frustrating to watch, and I'm a Browns fan." That might not hit with a lot of people, but
no,
I'm
a
Browns
understand.
fan, and that's very relatable.
Yeah.
Another one is a NFL reference. Number 3 is quote, I know he had a rough World Cup, but I still believe Christian Pulisic has the potential to become one day the Andy Dalton of American soccer. End quote. All right, that one was missed.
That's a wild comment. Andy Dalton. Oh God.
My God.
That just basically means that he's gonna show up for a random game midweek and just disappear during crunch time. Don't you put that on?
What the heck?
Number 2, this one will
be. If you said Nick Foles, then maybe I might agree with it, but no, just not Andy Dalton.
Number 2 will be 18 plus.
Not Red Lightning.
Tim Ream's son or Bonnie Blue daughter.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Oh God. I don't know if we can talk about that on here.
All right, what's number 1?
This one is a good one. This is a good one. Quote, brother, Tim Ream can't be considered one of America's best athletes. This is why no one takes soccer seriously in the country. We got a dude wearing the captain's band who looks like he owns a millennial burger shop.
So can I make a comment on that? I want to make a comment on it. This is the biggest complaint and the biggest gripe I have with the U.S. men's national team fans that only watch the national team every 4 years and don't pay attention to it afterwards. Is they'll throw out if only our best athletes were playing. It's like, if Holland was in if Holland was in the United States, living in the United States, he's not a soccer player. He's a D2 basketball player. Yeah. But also with
I saw someone make that comment too.
Yeah. And I was like, but my biggest thing too is like, it's kind of the other way around. Look at Brandon Aubrey was a Toronto FC and Philadelphia Union washout. Decided one day after watching American football game on TV, hey, I can do that. And look at him now. He's a Pro Bowler. Mm-hmm. He's a freaking Pro Bowler. He has the most consistent kicker in the NFL. Got a 98% kicking accuracy rating. So you can't come at me and tell me that, if the best athletes are playing soccer, that we would dominate. Because an average, and not even average, a really bad MLS player who was drafted and then cut immediately is now the best kicker in the NFL. You can't come at me and tell me that you can say the best athletes could come in and play soccer and dominate.
Yeah.
Josh Lambo did that before him too. Josh Lambo was an MLS goalkeeper. Yeah.
On to quarterfinals. France 2, Morocco 0. France will be facing Spain in the semifinals. Sorry, guys, spoiled that. Whatever. Only note I have for this game is Mbappe came off injured. Seems to be precautionary. So thankfully, nothing.
It's nothing.
Nothing serious. Any opinions on this one, Garrett?
No, I think Morocco just got outclassed. That attack for France is really good.
All right, short and sweet. Tyler.
Yeah, Bono had some moments, but I think France are irresistible. They're really hard to beat. I mean, yeah, Yeah. I mean, hard to get past it with France, isn't it? They look so good. They look so good. But I think that they were a team that I thought coming into this were going to be great, and they've just proven that time and time again, really, so far. And the depth, like Matt was mentioning earlier, like this ridiculous depth. And I mean, yeah, they've got it all. They've got experience in Kante and stuff like that if they want it on the bench, but don't need it. Yeah, they're really good.
Matt,
I've got nothing.
Same thing. All right.
Yep.
Spain 2, Belgium 1. I did not put this in here. Or parentheses, successful hate watch. Someone put in the note.
That was me. That was me. Oh, Spain. Trust me, I was big team Spain after the way the Belgian fans went after us after the round of 16. So yeah, hold that.
France and Spain will meet each other in the semifinals. I want to ask you guys a question. This guy only has 1 goal and or assist this World Cup. And Lamine Yamal got man of the match again. How?
Full stop.
It doesn't make any sense. Man of the match is between man of the match. Oh, he's getting his man of the match award. Between man of the match and like the Ballon d'Or, it's gotten to the point where it's just PR.
It's all fan voted now.
How USA beat? We beat Australia with an own goal and an Alex Freeman goal, and Balogun got man of the match. Like, why? Like, I don't know. I don't trust man of the match very much at all. I think it's very rarely given to the best player on the field.
No, I got voted to get one. I didn't even play.
Yeah, Garrett didn't even play in the World Cup, and he got one.
Yeah, I got one.
I just feel like a lot of it is just like who's the biggest name player that played in this game, and which team won, and who's their biggest player in that.
That's why, I'm totally beyond that. I like that over here it's typically given by someone in the studio. Like they give the TV studio and say, "Hey, you're going to be the commentator, co-commentator. You're going to be the one that decides who's the man of the match this game." And then normally an ex-pro, and they actually choose someone that. I mean, there might be 2 or 3 people that mention, but it's actually reasonable. Yeah. I really can't stick the one in the stadium at Nashville. Let's all vote for who. Like, he scored the most goals. Yeah, but the other guy just saved us 15 times, and he just scored goals like he always does. Like, that's not really. You're not really reading the game.
So, I can speak from experience as a former commentator and even just working in production crews. FIFA is the only organization that I've seen that does their man of the match strictly off of fan voting. Because when I was working production in college football and in college basketball and pro hockey and all that stuff, it was always a consensus agreement upon with the commentators plus the crew that was working it, based off of what we saw stats wise and everything else before when we voted on who the player of the game was and everything else and who we were interviewing after the game.
Yeah. I mean, back to the point, really. Lamine Yamal has not been the best. I think he's been disappointing. I think every other great player that I've seen a lot of players that have really risen in my estimations in this tournament, and he's one who's absolutely not done that. And I honestly think he's just really overhyped on the marketing side of things. He's going to be a great player, and I don't think that's a question. But his marketing team is like up. It must be Messi's marketing team, I think. Because it's just same vibes, but just marketing, man. He's just a kid. Like he's all right, but Marino's the man. He always comes up with big goals, and Arsenal really missed him.
Yarzabal's been insane too.
Yeah, you're seeing why he was missed at Arsenal this season, and we probably would have won a number more games and got the league done quicker because he always comes up with clutch goals.
Even what's his name, Pedro Porro for Spain. He's been.
Porro. Rodri has been quietly excellent this tournament too.
It's his thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Like I was looking at different videos about like unrecorded stats that are not like given out to fans generally.
Yeah.
And he is the number 1 player in the World Cup right now in terms of making space for himself to receive the ball. Like showing to the ball. Yeah. And no one else does it better than him. But that's not something people are like, "Oh man, do you see him? He showed to the ball. That's excellent." People don't watch that.
I like that stat.
But but it's so important to the game, to doing well.
Yeah.
No, not everybody. Not everybody's a sicko like us, Matt.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like that's why I said quietly. Yeah, he's not doing the things that everyone who is just like just watching just to watch is seeing.
Yeah.
But it's making Spain click, and
I think they're going to struggle though. I don't think they've been that. I don't think they've been I don't think they've been exceptional. I think they get beaten by France. I mean, Marino's going to come up with a big goal, but I think they get beaten.
It'll be interesting. This might be one of the first World Cups that I've watched where almost every team got to the semifinal, got to the semifinal without having to play anyone big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jared's got a shirt on.
Hey, look. I try to be sneaky. On to England, Norway. Norway won, England 2. Speaking man of the match, Jude Bellingham, 4th man of the match this tourney.
Bellingham's insane.
He's insane. Bellingham's a false line. Bellingham, you do not want to play.
You mean Job, the Sunderland guy?
Job, yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
In class.
Before we get to the conspiracy theory over this game, do you guys think that first Norway goal was accidental, or that was definitely a cross, right?
I think the foul was the bigger thing for me. I wish Kane had not gone down because I thought it was definitely a foul on Kane. He just clearly makes contact. And then he crosses it. It's not a shot, is it? Let's be real.
Yeah.
I thought it was a shot.
It looks like a cross, but hey, goal's a goal. Goal's a goal. Goal's a goal.
Pickford misreads that. So I think it was I think it was a cross based on where Pickford placed himself. But
or maybe Pickford just misread it.
I think it was cross, to be honest.
I don't mind. It doesn't really matter, does it? Who cares? It
doesn't really matter at all.
Ball went into the box.
I will say that game, Norway should have won that game.
Think so.
Sorloth
really?
ruined that for them.
Yeah.
Sorloth should have.
If Sorloth
imagine having
and Holland. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, imagine having a 2v1 with Holland wide open and you still screw it up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yep.
Well, England would have to have scored again before, because that was still in regular time. I'm just saying in terms of where it ended to where, like, of course, the game state changes at that point, but but that game, if they score that goal and it goes 2-1, that's it. There's no Bellingham late winner.
Okay. We can put our tinfoil hats on again. Supposedly on England's, was it first goal?
Their tying goal, yeah.
Ball hit the sky cam wire on the first goal. There are sensors in the soccer balls, but it showed they're saying it heartbeat when making contact on the wire. We'll go with we'll go with Matt on this one. Tyler, you'll go last.
It hit the wire.
All right, Garrett.
It hit the wire. That just shows like the ball sensor thing with it, like with the Croatia game. It's clearly not working with the Croatia Portugal game, because you can make the same argument there. If it's not working off of a wire, that's completely obvious. What we can see on the broadcast, and even the commentators were talking about it. It just shows that sensor system's flawed.
Okay, all right.
Sorry. Go Tyler, and then I'll say my piece on it.
Tyler.
Yeah, that was messed up.
That was messed up, man.
I've taken thousands of goal kicks in my life. Never has the ball dropped out of the sky like that when I took them.
No, it hasn't. Like, it's insane. Like, I've seen people saying like it didn't happen. You guys are just making things up. I'm like, did you see the trajectory of the ball and then where it actually landed? It didn't make any sense.
And this was a really big gust of wind at that moment.
Yeah,
and it just and that wasn't what happened. But I mean,
no,
as a goalkeeper, you watch it. That's wrong.
Yeah, I've watched
a gust of wind inside of a covered stadium. That's another conspiracy thing right there.
Air conditioning, massive gust from the AC unit. There was an AC engineer, and he set it to overload at that moment. He was British. He set it to overload at that moment.
Let me clarify. Boom. It's not an indoor stadium. Miami's that. I guess we still have to call it Miami Stadium. Are they still hosting any more games? Is Miami still hosting any more games?
Done.
They're done now, though.
Okay, so Hard Rock Stadium, we can officially say that now, does not have any covering. Like it has a covering over the roof, but it's still like open concept. But even then, air can't really travel into there like that. So yeah, we'll let someone argue that.
It's ridiculous. Even that's kind of what I'm talking about with the consistency thing. Like
it's a bit weird.
It's really strange. I'm going back to the Croatia thing. That goal should have stood, in my opinion.
I agree.
His hair, like the tip of his hair touching the ball, didn't create that goal. It didn't even do any. If he was not there, the same thing's happening.
What if they were? What if the follicles weren't connected at the other end?
Yeah. What if it was just a loose piece of hair?
What if that wasn't actually connected anymore? That's then sort of piece of the pitch, right? So that technically didn't touch him.
All right, lots of conspiracy.
FIFA is just exposing that their whole system's flawed. You can throw so much technology into this, VAR, the ball sensors, all this stuff. It's going to be flawed, regardless, because you're still going to there's still human error, even with the sensor.
I'll say this real quick before you go ahead, Jared. Kind of what Tyler was saying about the grass. Say he fell on the ground, got hit grass in his hair, and a little piece of grass was sticking out, and it hit the grass. Is that offside?
Part of his body,
right?
This is a fun. We should just do this for a whole show.
Which strain of grass was touching him? Where was that strain of grass from?
Yeah,
was it Norwegian grass? Because in that case, it's
offside. He's offside no matter where he's at.
He's 6 feet. The grass is from the goal line. Okay, there we go, right there. Even though he was clearly onside, right there.
Before we continue, I would like to apologize to Tyler. FIFA, please don't sue us. I didn't know that the bronze match is in Miami. So,
I
don't even know what Hard Rock Stadium is.
What is a Hard Rock Stadium?
Definitely Miami Stadium.
It's a stadium built upon rocks.
Definitely Miami Stadium. Sorry. Sorry.
It's always built upon the rock, not upon the
Stadium
sand.
Was built exactly. There you go.
And that's what it is. It's a hard rock underneath the stadium.
Exactly.
So we just casually call it Hard Rock Stadium.
In Miami. Yep. In Miami, yeah.
In Miami. Final quarterfinals game. Argentina 3, Switzerland 1. What do you guys think of the red card in this game?
I think Embolo is an idiot.
Deserved?
I haven't watched the game.
Yeah, 100%.
Opinions are not mine. They are of the other members of this show.
No, 100%. I think he was dumb.
Yep.
I VAR being used for diving is 100% okay with me.
Really?
Yeah. For me, diving should be red carded.
Get
it out of the game. Yep, get it out of the game. You're trying to cheat. You're trying to cheat the referee. Like
I think there's always the issue though, isn't there? I think this is a long-standing one where the referee's never going to give you a free kick if you stay on your feet, which is stupid. But the referees need to get better at doing that.
What I'm speaking directly to is where you're not touched and you're trying to buy a foul.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
The whole thing is a bit weird, but yeah, I mean, it definitely was a very silly move, unnecessary place to do it as well.
Yeah, and honestly, I think this is as an American where I'm in a country where it's not big yet here, like generally. It kills people who are new to the game coming to watch the game. People are like, why would I want to watch this? Where these guys are just flying around, rolling on the ground and acting like they died when they didn't get touched.
It's good, like theater.
But the counter argument is, you watch basketball.
Basketball is more of the oh, he touched me slightly, I'm gonna fall over. This guy was
it's still flopping. That's still flopping.
No, but that's not what I'm specifically talking about. I'm specifically talking about when you don't get touched and you act like you did, and that kind of stuff needs to be completely wiped out of the game, in my opinion.
Yeah,
no, I'm with you. It was a really bad move.
Yeah. Argentina advance, they'll be facing England in the semifinals. Tyler, is it coming home?
I don't know if it's coming home, but I think we're gonna get to the final.
I don't know, but
I don't know, maybe.
I don't think. I didn't think Norway were very good. I thought they had moments, but weren't great. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of teams in this World Cup haven't been that good. And I feel like, honestly, England deserve to be up there with France and Spain as a finalist more than Argentina. Argentina have done the passion merchant thing and managed to get themselves back in games. And the slightly dubious things and Infantino smiling when Messi does well, like some sort of odd.
Do you see how upset he looked when Egypt?
Yeah, because there's money. All the money that they lose if Messi's not there. All that money. There could be another player. Messi.
But they're not. But they're non-profit.
Yeah, they're non-profit, and they're selling grass. And they're selling grass.
Messi's going to be in the next World Cup somehow, isn't he? No matter what happens,
Probably,
he's going to be sort of like I don't know what they're going to do. Make him a ball boy or something, just so he's there.
Ball boy.
They just cannot live without him. They just got to be on the pitch somewhere.
There's going to be a mess. There's going to be a FIFA Messi cam that you're going to be able to watch. What they do with Sky Cam or Stars Cam, what they do on the TikTok lives. But hey, if FIFA is listening, if you are not, if you want to fight all the allegations of non-corrupt, you send Messi back home to Miami.
This is
to that third place game.
Best comment of the day.
Please be Argentina. I may name my firstborn London. I like the name London.
Yeah.
I would normally say with any of these games, like with the Argentina England game against two teams I don't like, I want the stadium class, but it's my stadium, so I can't say that. So I just hope the game gets abandoned.
Have you guys ever seen The Dark Knight Rises?
Yes, one of my favorite films.
The stadium, and the whole stadium just collapses.
Matt, it's my stadium. We're not talking about that.
Thousands die.
Hey, cheap concessions, Matt. Cheap concessions. We gotta keep that alive. You gotta keep that alive.
I'm joking. Anyone who's listening to me, obviously, I'm joking. I do not want the stadium to collapse.
All right. So
so
let's give our predictions for each game, and then we'll wrap up the show. We're coming up on almost 2 hours. I knew this would be a long episode.
Yeah, this would be
France, Spain tomorrow, 3:00 p.m. Eastern in Dallas. I have France. I don't see much in the Spain team. I think they're pretty underwhelming so far. I'm gonna go. I'll say 3-1.
I'm going Spain.
Okay, Tyler.
Obviously, I think France is the most complete team in this tournament, but I'm gonna go Spain. I had Spain when I did my bracket before the tournament, and they're still there. They only need to win 2 more games. I'm gonna pick them.
Okay.
No, but they've only let in 1 goal this tournament. Spain has let in 1 goal. And I don't know. I think in terms of the way that they defend and the way that they control the ball, it gives them a chance. I think if they let France have any kind of control, they're done though.
Okay, Tyler.
I really don't care for Rabiot in the French midfield at all.
2-1 France.
Okay, Garrett.
After extra time.
Extra time. Okay.
Extra time.
So before I make my prediction, Matt, I know you made the comment saying France is the most complete team. I said about Spain. I think outside of their attack, France still has a very subject back line. So I'm going 2-1 Spain in extra time.
Wow.
We're split.
Sorry, what are you doing?
France.
He said France.
I see France is winning this whole thing.
I agree. That was my team from the start.
France they're complete. They have a B team that can play in the World Cup.
Yeah. I think my bracket ended up being the one that we all chose, but I would have chosen France.
Yeah.
England, Argentina.
England, Argentina, July 15th, Wednesday, 3:00 p.m. in Atlanta. Tyler, you're going to go last. So we'll start with Garrett this time.
Could care less about the way this one ends up. But it's gonna be nice to see Almada back in Atlanta once again. If he starts. Other than that, could care less. Game's probably gonna end. What I'm hoping for is the most chaotic game possible. It's gonna be 0-0. Gonna go to extra time, still be 0-0. Gonna go to penalties. Going to miss every single penalty. Giant Infantino is going to come on the field
And just so that Messi wins.
Gianni Infantino's gonna come on the field, do a coin toss. He's gonna do about 6 different coin tosses because he doesn't get the result he wants. And then someone's going to knock the coin out of his hand, and then it's going to fall on the ground. It's going to land.
I don't care who wins.
Just straight up.
Okay.
And then Infantino's just going to go ahead and say Messi wins.
All right, Matt.
Yeah, real.
I really wish there was any other combination of matchups for the semifinal.
Yeah, that's the way I am.
Why?
I mean, you saw my comment section after the game, the USA Belgium game. A bunch of British people in there just talking crap. It's gonna happen a whole lot more if England wins the whole thing, and I can't stand Messi's fans, and so I want them both to lose.
Yeah.
And there's nothing against the English team. I think Bellingham's excellent. I love Kane. Like the team generally, I enjoy watching the English team play.
I would hesitate to make the subsection of British teenagers your entire demographic of the UK.
It's the demographic that I have interaction with.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm on social media, so that's a personal thing for me.
Yeah.
I can't let Arsenal fans have another one. That's my whole thing.
Every time I mention Arsenal, Tyler's like, no. No, but
I'm always being hated on for something, and then people are like, "Oh, I like you." Oh.
I'm going 2-1 England. It's interesting that we could get a rematch of the World Cup final, or we could get a rematch of the Euro final. And so we'll see. Okay. Or we can get neither, depending on who wins. But
I think I'm gonna go. I'm feeling like a 3-2 kind of thing. England, if not 2-2, go to pens.
3 straight 3-2 games for Argentina.
Yeah, I mean, Argentina has had a cakewalk. I really do not see
they have not played a top 10 team
quality.
This entire World
They've
Cup.
had issues. When they played Austria in the group stage, I was watching. I was like, if Messi wasn't on this team, Argentina and Austria are not that big difference in terms of their quality.
No.
Like,
that's where I'm at with it.
Messi is the difference. Yeah.
I still will go back to what we talked about pre-World Cup. The way we were talking about our predictions and everything else, this is why I wanted us to finish second in that group to play against Argentina, so that we matched up better with Argentina than we did, say, in Belgium.
Yeah.
Tyler, I know you have England winning. What's your score?
Pretty shocked if I didn't do that. Yeah, I do. Tuchel. Tuchel's the reason, though. Nothing to do with anyone that's on the pitch. It's the man that's off the pitch. I think he's exceptional as a manager. I do think Bellingham and Kane. You say you can't stand him?
Yeah, I don't like Tuchel.
Oh man, I think
that's pre-England stuff for Tuchel. But yeah,
I get
anyway,
you.
Continue,
I get you. I didn't like him before, but I've come to appreciate what he does. Much so come to appreciate what Bellingham does, and he's the most complete midfielder I've ever seen. I think. Kane, obviously, we've got options there. We don't have Kwanzaa, as we know. But yeah, I think I'm going to go for a 3-1 to England. I think Messi gets on the score sheet because he's Messi and he hates me. But other than that, I do agree. I don't think I've seen that much from this Argentina team to make me think they're really, really exceptional. And I think you can put goals past Emiliano Martinez. So yeah.
All right.
You guys want to hear something funny real quick?
Yes.
So I looked up each national team. I looked up Spain, France, Argentina, England. On Google, all of them say who the manager is, then the captain. Except for Argentina, it says who the captain is first, and then the manager.
Oh my god!
Yep.
You know it.
Also, he's the same person. What do you mean? What do you mean? He's the same person. Leonid GM Messi.
There has never been a World Cup won by a foreign manager, and Tuchel's the only one left.
Right.
And history in sport is made to be broken. As we've discussed.
If anything, it's going to happen at the 100-year mark, not at the 96-year mark. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's tough. I do think it's tough, and I think it's going to be really tough. So I'm definitely not coasting into this, but and I think there's more to come from this England team. To be honest with you, I don't think they're at peak yet. So let's see.
All right. Wow, long episode. We're gonna wrap it up here. We appreciate every single one of you for coming in. Next week we will be having a World Cup champion. Will we talking about?
Yep.
Oh no, we will. Yeah, we will. Yeah, we will.
Yeah, been the night before.
It's on the 19th. Hopefully not Argentina. I don't care who wins. It's not Argentina.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree on that. So,
Yep.
again, appreciate you guys coming out. We'll go over our socials real quick, and then we will sign out. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and X under Jared FC, Jared Fire. I always get this wrong. Jared Fire FC right here. Matt, go ahead.
For the Crew podcast, we right now are doing a series of going through the history of every single player on the first team roster. We've gone through 6 players so far. We'll have another 2 out before the end of the night tonight. We're doing on X, we're doing on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. So check us out on all those. It's all the same thing. I think it's like right there. Yeah, For the Crew podcast.
All right.
Yeah, check us out.
Sweet. Tyler?
Yeah, you're already here. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, follow, all that stuff.
Right here.
BTV NSC. Great, thank you. Appreciate you. Nashville content. Nashville content is back. We've got MLS. Nashville content. MLS content is back.
Will be 95% MLS content from now on.
Yep.
Yes.
The other 5% will be hopefully not covering Argentina. Last but not least,
memes.
Not I shouldn't say very bottom, but lowest on the table. Garrett, where can they find you?
Don't remind me. But yeah, you can find me. You look down over here. This username right here on TikTok. Garrett 5 Stripes Carolina. You can find me on TikTok there, or Garrett 5SC on X. Also on YouTube, but mainly you should be posting most of these. Just collaborating with on these lives. But other than that, doing still a lot more live streams coming up for the remainder of the World Cup. Won't be doing anything for the next games because of the times that they're going to be on, but more MLS content, Atlanta United stuff, possibly a match day vlog in the next week or 2 for the Charlotte game on the 22nd. So that could be in the works. And I think we have almost all but confirmed something happening in a couple months, Jared. So we have something, me and Jared will. Yep. Jared and I will be doing something big towards the end of the MLS season, so keep it locked for all that. But yeah, you can find me all the links there, mainly on TikTok, but be posting more Atlanta United stuff, and then we'll catch you guys next week, and hopefully we're not all just absolutely livid off of the result of the World Cup final.
Yeah.
But if Tyler's upset, it's kind of a win. So
chances are I'll be upset.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you guys for coming out. We will see you